guys, and it's Johnny back with Operation Premiership episode 27 now, and the end of season review for our fourth season at the club and our third season in the Championship. And it hasn't gone quite to plan, but I'll get straight onto the fixtures. There is a reason why I didn't live com the last game of the season, but I'll get onto that in 2 seconds. So the last time you saw us was the Swindon game, and we were beaten 1-0 in the quarter-final of the FA Cup, and we only lost one game until the end of the season after that. We drew 3-3 in our next game at home to Millwall, and I was gutted by this because Millwall are a little bit of a bogey team of mine, and having gone behind, I came back through Alban Meha and Emiliano Cassim and scored 3 goals, went 3-1 up. And that's how it was going into the last 10 minutes. And then when John Marquis scored with 9 minutes to go, I just had this weird feeling that they were going to get another goal, and they did in injury time to equalise and make it 3-3. And just took 2 points off us, and I thought, it gutted me a little bit because, I think we just edged it and probably just about deserved the victory on the day. But again, a defensive performance, 2 defensive lapses, gave away 2 sloppy goals and let them in. But we bounced back straight away with a home win over Hartlepool, who were in the relegation zone. Chris Eagles with 2 and Emiliano Cassim with the other in a good 3-1 win. We deserved it on chances. They did have slightly more possession though, and their goal scorer Kevin Rogers, if you look at him, he's a proper gem of a regen. 14 finishing, 16 composure. For a team in the relegation zone, he scored 18 goals this season. He's only 19 years old. He's Welsh, and he was released by Liverpool, and Hartlepool picked him up on a free. So we've just got to hope to find one of those regens that comes through that we can bring through and maybe even sell on and make a fair bit of a profit. The next game was away at Bolton, and although I was disappointed to throw away a lead, I was pleased to get a draw out of this because Bolton, again, I never get anything usually against Bolton. But Emiliano Cassim carried on his incredible form to give us the lead after 66. After 81, Ricky Lambert headed home to equalise for Bolton. And, on the scheme of things, it was a pretty even match chances-wise. We probably had a bit more possession and maybe should have got the win. But 1-1 draw against Bolton is a decent result in my eyes. And we then followed that up with a 1-0 win away at Barnsley. And they were down there with us, so this was a really important game to win. And Emiliano Cassim's goal after 18 minutes was enough to give us the win. Despite them having more chances and more possession, we kept them out for the rest of the game. And Cassim's goal gave us all 3 points, and literally without him we would have gone down this season. He's been absolutely amazing. We then played Wolves away, and Wolves, like I said earlier on in the season, I went through their team quickly. They spent like 28 million or something on players, including players like Makeda and Lucas Piazon. They're just Premier League class easy, and they only just edged us on stats on the day, but the scoreline tells a different story. And Makeda scored 2, Piazon got 1, and they battered us 3-0. We hardly had any chances of any note, so I can't really complain at losing. Maybe 3-0 was a bit of a harsh loss, but we bounced back brilliantly against West Ham to get a 2-0 win against the playoff chasing side. We outplayed them on the day as well. Look at that, 58% possession, 14 shots there, 5, but only 5 on target. They were a lot more clinical on targets wise, but Alex McCarthy kept them out. And Emiliano Cassim, after 18 and 38 minutes, was enough to give us a 2-0 win and all 3 points. And the reason I didn't live com the Leeds game was we were already safe easily. Leeds weren't though, and this time when they were fighting relegation last season, we weren't. They beat us. This time we got a 0-0 draw. It was there was nothing really there. They had a man sent off after 83 in Craig Gardner, but there was just no real chances of any note. Even though all these shots apparently have happened, on the key highlights nothing really happened, and it was a boring 0-0 draw to finish the season, which bit of an anticlimax. But I suppose we were playing the team that had everything to fight for. We didn't, and we got a draw, so I've got to be pleased with that. So I'll get straight onto the league table, and as you can see there, we finished 19th on 51 points, 11 wins, 18 draws, and only 17 defeats. Now, to go as high as someone else who suffered less, you have to go all the way up to the top half, and the top 10 in fact. Only the top 10 teams suffered less defeats than us, but we just drew way too many games. 18 draws, that's the most in the league, I think. Joint most with Crystal Palace. So we finished 19th. Teams going up: Derby, Everton and West Ham through the playoffs. And teams going down, we sent Leeds down alongside Hartlepool and Barnsley. Leeds going into the final game were in 21st, I think. They drew, but Palace won. So Palace jumped over Leeds out the relegation zone, and Leeds will be going down to League One next season. So we definitely won't be playing them on the final day next year. Let's check out the team stats, see if we're in there for anything. Not form, games, goals conceded. No. Finished the season with two clean sheets, which no one else did. Average attendance this season was 14,350, which in my eyes is poor. We've got a 32,500 stadium, we need to be filling that. And I think if we go to average attendance by capacity, you'll see that we're right down the bottom. Less than 50% full every single game is not good enough again. And if we're going to build on this financially, we need to be bringing in more fans and getting more ticket sales. As you'll see, we didn't have a single sellout. We never do. Every season we played like Birmingham, big derby games. We still don't get any. And let's have a look at how the salary's going. Because I know that before we were miles off them. We've upped our salary a fair bit. We're now to 7.7 million. 17th biggest in the Championship, but we're still some way off teams like Wolves, West Ham, Everton, Forest, who are all spending well over £20 million a year on wages, and how they're going to sustain that, I don't know. Wolves have stayed down. They've got some massive wages on their biggest wage budget in the Championship. They must surely have lost a fair bit of money last season, but we'll soon see. I mean, we don't get that much down here for TV or anything like that, so we'll see what happens to them. But West Ham and Everton are both gone up. Forest as well, they've stayed down, so Brighton. So these sort of teams surely have got to adjust and take down their wages. So we'll get onto the players, and I'm not sure where Kassim finished in the goals. Didn't quite reach into the top 5. So I'll bring that up. Goals. Emiliano Kassim finished 9th. He hit 20 goals in the season, and he was on absolute fire. I gave him his chance about November time, and since then he's just been unstoppable. And without his 20 goals, we would be nowhere, because I don't even know if our next goal scorer is actually going to be on here. Yes, these are our next top goal scorers, with 4: Bebe, Ronnie Wubshet and Nick Proschwitz. Nobody scored more than 4 goals apart from the man who scored 20, Emiliano Kassim. So, second time in 2 years we've had a player on loan who's scored 20 plus goals. Last season we had Manucho, this season we got Kassim. I doubt we'll be able to get Kassim back. I will try, but I'm not going to hold out too much hope. I would love to be able to bring Andy Keogh in from Millwall, because he does seem to bang goals in every single season. In my eyes, he's a bit over 8, 16, 21, 17, 26. Hasn't missed a league game in the past 3 years, which is a bit of a shock for a striker, but we'll see. And yeah, I couldn't afford him anyway. He's they'll want about £1 million for him at least. So got to look elsewhere for a striker. Do definitely need to bring one in. Man of the matches, top of that was Danny Bath for Forest with 14 and Jack Hobbs for Hull with 12. Ignacio McQuell coming in joint 4th on 8, which is pleasing to see. Anything else? Don't think so. Assists. As was John Fleck, I think. Yep, joint 7th with 11. Chris Cohen ran away with it with 18 in the end, to give him quite a season. And Forest, unfortunately, haven't gone up though, and will be down in the Championship next season. So they'll either be moving on to the Premiership or staying down in the Championship, but we'll soon see. So that does wrap up the season review. I'll quickly go and show you how the leagues elsewhere finished. So we'll start with the Premiership. And this eventually loads, stops lagging. So Arsenal won the league. Tottenham finished 2nd, Man City 3rd, and Man United 4th. Liverpool and Chelsea picking up the Europa League places. And coming down to the Championship next season, Aston Villa, Blackpool and Fulham. So that's going to be interesting. A couple of big teams there. Coming down to the Championship would be interesting to see how they cope, what they have to change to come down, and who they bring in as well. Coming up, Sheffield United, Colchester and Huddersfield. Sheffield United and Colchester obviously came up with us the first season. We're the only team to remain in the league from those three that came up, and Huddersfield are coming up with them. I've been after this Watford youngster, Grant Draper, who I noticed when we played him in the FA Cup. I just can't afford him at the moment, but look at those stats. He's playing League One, he's 18 years old, 16 finishing, 16 heading. He needs to improve his jumping because he's only 5'10", but off the ball 17, composure 13, bravery 18. He's an absolutely class player. He's just broken into the under-21s as well, but I'm desperately trying to get him, so I'm hoping no one else will find him, and then when I get a bit of money I'll be able to bring him in. Going down from League 1, York, Gillingham, Northampton and Torquay. And League 2, last but not least, relegated Wrexham and Dagenham and Redbridge are out of the Football League. Portsmouth have come back up alongside Oldham, MK Dons and Luton were the champions. So guys, that will wrap up the season review, and what I'll do is I'll just skip forward a day, and on the 24th they give us the new fixture list for next season, so I'll be able to let you in on who we'll be facing first and who will be facing last. Leicester didn't come up, so we've got no M69 derby this season, but we do play Villa, the derby that Coventry fans have been waiting for a long time since we were relegated from the Premiership. Aston Villa will be in the Championship alongside us, which will be very interesting. So come on, Football Manager, don't crash on me now. And come on, yes. I'll just jump forward the day, and it's not responding again. Come on. Fight. That's it. It's like fighting off a disease. Computer's just got to fight off that disease. So here we are. Fans Player of the Year was Ignacio McQuell. Again, I think he won it last year as well. How do I check that? If I go to his history, achievements, Yep, he was 2014-2015 Supporters Player of the Year, and he was Supporters Player of the Year again this year as well. The best 11 for this season has been announced, and the overall best 11, there's 2 players inducted. So our overall best 11 since we started is Alex McCarthy in goal. So no, that's this season's overall. It's McCarthy in goal, Clark, Mickwell, Edginguali and Sabai at the back, Bebe, Musa, McGoldrick and McSheffrey in midfield, Fleck in the hole behind Campbell. On the bench, Murphy, Wood, Hetherington, Davis, Lita, Christian, Manuccio. So they don't deem Emiliano Cassim good enough for the overall best 11. That surprises me. Office Clifford, no. Void relegation bonuses been paid out, 169 grand's worth. Our friendly against Roma has been cancelled because it clashes with the Brighton game. So our fixture list starts with Brighton at home on Saturday the 6th. Then our first away game is away at Peterborough on Saturday the 13th. Our Boxing Day fixture will see us travel to Villa Park to take on Aston Villa. And our last game of the season is away at Nottingham Forest on the 29th of April. We've been given 3.22 million for TV rights over the forthcoming season. Obviously that's not a lump payment. And if we avoid relegation, 400 grand, 140 grand wage budget, mid-table finish. I think I'll go for mid-table finish. I think 155 grand wage budget I can do something with. I'm getting rid of some wages off the wage bill this season as well. So youth players have been promoted. Thomas Button, obviously we all remember him. Good player for the future. And so is Corey Lloyd. I'll get onto them at the start of next season. And Everton are after Joaquin Reno to take him into the Premiership with them. I'm not close to selling him. I would sell him if they offer me the right amount, but it would have to be in the region of about 4 million. I think 4 million is reasonable for him. He's only 21. He's an ex-Barcelona talent, so I think at 4 million that he can go, and that would do me work good. So guys, I will come back for at the end of August. So I'll play through all the friendlies, and I'll play through till, I'll tell you what, I'll have to live com the Villa game. So I'll play through these, and the Aston Villa game on Tuesday at the end of August will be the live com, and what a live com it will hopefully be. So I'll see you then guys. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the episode. If you did, like and subscribe please if you haven't already, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.